No one saw this coming. In the fast-paced, high-stakes world of modern reality television, certain moments permanently alter the landscape. But what happened on the big stage in 2026 completely blindsided everyone. A single mother and humble music teacher stepped under the bright lights, and within 90 seconds, she transformed from an obscure local artist into a global phenomenon. The judges were left completely speechless, and the internet exploded overnight, driving millions of frantic views across every major social media platform. But what looked like a fairy tale overnight success story was actually the start of one of the most controversial, intensely debated, and shocking runs in reality television history. For months, fans watched her smash records and redefine what a vocal powerhouse could be, only to witness a sequence of events that left the entire entertainment industry in a state of sheer panic. Rumors began to swirl, network contracts were thrown into question, and a massive behind-the-scenes battle ignited between the biggest television executives in Hollywood. To understand exactly how this humble teacher managed to upend the entire entertainment industry, you have to look past the glamorous television screens and dive deep into the untold story that the networks desperately tried to hide. Long before her name was trending worldwide, Keyla Richardson was fighting an invisible battle just to survive. Living in Pensacola, Florida, she spent her days working tirelessly as a music teacher, pouring every single ounce of her energy into her students while privately raising her young son, Drew. The commercial music industry is notoriously brutal, an unforgiving machine that chewing up aspiring artists and spits them out without a second thought. Behind closed doors, Keyla had faced years of exhausting rejections, cold doors slammed in her face, and empty promises from local talent scouts. Friends close to her revealed that she had reached her absolute breaking point, coming dangerously close to abandoning her musical dreams forever to focus entirely on a stable, quiet life. She even admitted to close associates that there was a deeply painful, silent moment where she wanted to walk away from the microphone completely, believing her window of opportunity had closed. But deep down, a small spark remained, and she decided to risk everything on one final, desperate attempt, completely unaware that this single choice would flip her life entirely upside down and spark a massive media circus. When she finally walked onto that massive stage in early 2026, the atmosphere in the room completely shifted. Standing before a panel of legendary celebrity judges, Keyla brought her secret weapon out with her, her adorable young son, Drew. She chose to sing a deeply emotional, stripped-down rendition of a classic pop ballad, and the absolute second the first note escaped her lips, everyone in the arena knew this wasn't just another standard audition. Her raw, soaring vocals blew the roof completely off the auditorium, blending immense technical skill with a level of real, unedited heartbreak that couldn't be faked. The celebrity judges were visibly stunned, holding back tears as they witnessed a literal star being born right in front of them. The performance hit the internet like a tidal wave, racking up millions of views in mere hours and turning her into an instant household name. However, as her viral fame exploded across TikTok and YouTube, a darker undercurrent began to form online. Bitter critics and internet trolls began claiming her story was manufactured by producers, launching a wave of digital backlash that threatened to overshadow her incredible talent before the main competition even truly began. But Keyla didn't let the online noise distract her as the competition intensified and the weekly live shows commenced. She pushed her vocals to absolute extremes, tackling massive, legendary songs that most seasoned professionals wouldn't dare touch. It all came to a spectacular head during a highly anticipated Disney-themed week, where she delivered a performance so undeniably massive, it caused a historic emotional breakdown on the set. Taking on the iconic track from The Lion King, Keyla unleashed a masterclass vocal performance that drove the studio audience into an absolute frenzy. Guest judge and Oscar winner Jennifer Hudson was reduced to literal tears on national television, completely overwhelmed by the sheer power and presence Keyla displayed on stage. Fans watching at home were completely convinced that Keyla was absolutely untouchable, a lock for an effortless first-place victory. Yet, while the cameras showed her smiling and receiving standing ovations, a massive corporate storm was brewing behind the curtain, and industry insiders knew that her smooth sailing was about to hit a massive, unexpected brick wall. The reality television machine looks incredibly glamorous from the comfort of a living room couch, but behind the scenes, it can turn into a psychological nightmare for independent artists. Intense whispers began to leak from the studio lot regarding the immense, crushing stress Keyla was facing behind closed doors. She was trapped in a relentless cycle, forced to balance grueling 18-hour rehearsal schedules, wardrobe fittings, and constant media interviews, all while trying to maintain her responsibilities as a single parent to her young son in a chaotic environment. Media watchdogs began speculating openly if the immense psychological pressure would eventually cause her to crack under the massive weight of the spotlight. Behind the scenes, production executives were reportedly micromanaging her song choices, trying to steer her toward specific genres that fit their desired narrative. Keyla fought fiercely to maintain her artistic integrity, refusing to be treated like a puppet, which allegedly created an underlying tension between her team and the network executives. She kept pushing through the mental and physical exhaustion, flashing a brave smile for the cameras every week, but the ultimate heartbreak was quietly being prepared behind the scenes. It all culminated on a historic finale night that fans are still screaming about in absolute fury across every social media platform. After delivering a flawless, deeply moving duet alongside Grammy-winning superstar Jason Mraz, Keyla seemed poised to claim her rightful crown. But when the host stepped forward to announce the final voting results, a shocking twist dropped that left the entire country paralyzed in disbelief. In a brutal, highly controversial elimination that absolutely no one saw coming, Keyla Richardson was knocked out of the competition, finishing in third place overall. The massive studio audience instantly fell into a dead, horrified silence, unable to comprehend how the frontrunner had just been dethroned. Within seconds, online forums erupted into absolute chaos, with hundreds of thousands of furious viewers claiming the entire voting system was completely rigged to favor a more corporate-friendly winner. Accusations surfaced across Twitter and TikTok that the network intentionally manipulated the voting windows to suppress her numbers, causing an unprecedented public relations disaster for the show's producers as boycotted threats began to trend globally. But if network executives thought Keyla's story was over after that devastating finale night, they were completely wrong. Almost immediately after her controversial exit, a massive, explosive rumor began leaking out of the highest entertainment circles in Los Angeles. Intense speculation has surfaced that executive producers from the rival network's hit show, America's Got Talent, have been working frantically behind closed doors to execute an unprecedented entertainment heist. High-level industry insiders claim that AGT scouts saw the massive public outrage surrounding her third-place finish and immediately moved to capitalize on the chaos. The rumors suggest that AGT is secretly fast-tracking a massive contract to bring Keyla Richardson directly onto their upcoming 2026 season for a spectacular, shocking redemption arc. The plan, according to these Hollywood leaks, is to give Keyla the massive, global platform she deserves, allowing her to completely bypass her previous elimination and claim a historic victory on a completely different network. If these stunning rumors turn out to be true, it will represent a cutthroat corporate move that has never been attempted in the history of reality television, turning a devastating loss into the ultimate power play. Keyla Richardson has officially proven that true, raw talent cannot be silenced by a controversial television elimination or network politics. She successfully transformed herself from an exhausted, struggling music teacher who wanted to quit the industry into an absolute powerhouse that the biggest networks in television are currently fighting over behind closed doors. Whether she chooses to conquer the global music charts as a completely independent force, or shocks the world by stepping onto the America's Got Talent stage to claim the ultimate victory that was stolen from her, one thing is completely certain: her journey is only just beginning. She showed every single person watching that a mother's love and a relentless work ethic can shatter even the most rigid corporate structures in Hollywood. But her wild story leaves us with a lingering, deeply uncomfortable question about the entertainment industry as a whole. Do these massive talent shows actually care about finding the most gifted artist in the country? Or are the final winners quietly decided by executives behind closed doors long before the first audition ever begins?